Hi everyone, welcome to our June-July prayer update. Our semester 1 wrapped up with the missionaries and the student leaders coming together to review the semester, to pray, quite a lot of prayer, and to plan for semester 2. Around that time as well, end of June, we went on our mid-year conference, which ended up being a little bit in person, a little bit online, as we were interrupted. So we arrived onto the site on the Sunday to set up and to prepare with just the missionaries. And then on the Monday, all the students arrived. On the Tuesday morning, we were told you've got to wear a mask. And then on the Tuesday afternoon, we were told you've got to go home. So we ran the rest of it online on Zoom, lots of training, and also we did some online outreach on the Thursday. The online outreach was probably the most positive online outreach we've had. Nearly every UQ student, because we were doing it in campuses, nearly every UQ student had an opportunity to share with one of their friends or family some natural contact and have a really good conversation there as well, which was really cool.
One of our students contacted a newly formed uni friend that she'd met in her lectures previously, and they organised a time for coffee. Another student, he connected with a Muslim friend who they've been having on and off conversations over the past 2 years. Another student that I had been training, who's a new Christian, we'd been doing conversations and coaching around how to do natural outreach. He used that time to connect with half a dozen of his friends that he has been intentionally sharing Jesus with. I had a chance to share with one of my OT colleagues. I messaged her and we organised a time for a video catch up, and I got to hear about her spiritual worldview and share a bit about the God that I believe in. And Nick organised a time for a dinner with one of his old school friends, one of his primary school friends, where they got to share their spiritual beliefs as well. So it was really cool seeing all those great stories happening, all the ways that God has been working through online and in-person things in our natural relationships. There were 2 things that we found that were quite helpful in this space. The first was to be direct in asking for permission to share about spiritual things or talk about spiritual things. And the second was to open up the spiritual conversation by asking wondering questions. We will attach, and we have attached some wondering questions to our email for your reference for you to have a look at. And we'd love to encourage you to take this time during the lockdown to connect with your natural contacts, your family, friends, colleagues, neighbours, whoever you're already connected with, to open up a spiritual dialogue, get to know what they believe, and maybe in that you'll get to share a bit about what you believe too.
Off the back of NYC, Jess and I got to go away for a week camping near Kenilworth, which was really lovely. I had heaps of fun taking photos of birds and sunsets and all sorts of stuff, and Jess had heaps of fun just relaxing and reading a book. Last semester, the UQ local team, the missionaries in particular, have been going through a book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. It's been a really good time looking at how can we function, or what are some of the pitfalls of dysfunction that our teams can fall into. We have made a few changes, or are trying to make a few changes throughout this next semester to really consolidate that learning. One of the big things we learned was that these gracious, lovely Christian teams can tend not to hold each other accountable very well. Instead, we choose to avoid interpersonal conflict. And so we're trying to be really clear about our expectations and our deadlines in order to regularly come back and go, hey, how are we going with actually getting the stuff done that we've said that we would do, so that we can optimize and be truly effective at reaching UQ for Christ.
We were really excited to get back on campus last week for our first week of semester 2. And we're really hoping that we'll be able to get back on campus very soon after this lockdown. So please join with us in praying for Australia and Brisbane and UQ, that individuals and leaders would act with wisdom and insight, but also that God would provide us opportunities in this time, and that we will be bold in taking those opportunities to reach out and share about Him. We will be praying for you as well, that you will be bold and you will be open-minded about the way that God can use you in this time to reach out as you're locked down. Until next time.